Riverdale, I don't watch it. You know why?
Boo.
I'm afraid to, because I'm afraid I'm not gonna be able to stop. I see it.
That's exactly me too. Me too.
Yes, that's the real Me Too movement.
Me and Grace know what's up.
Good God, I'm terrified. Grace is not mad at me at all.
No, yeah, I know that if I start watching it, I'll just be inside all weekend. Yeah, you will.
God,
fully.
so Camila Mendes and Lili Reinhart, they're calling out Cosmopolitan Philippines for photoshopping some photos of them. Let's get into it in a second, but first, thoughts, 5 words or less.
I just love them.
After photos look like Gumby.
Like you've never face-tuned.
Cosmo, fill in the blank. Because they make blanks.
Oh.
In Philippines, it's stupid. Anyways.
I thought I got it, but now a little bit more.
Back to the story.
I also thought it could be like fill in the blank, like you say whatever bad stuff you want.
Brett, we got it. You're good.
Right. You guys want to see the photos?
Yes, let's see them.
Photo 1. Here is the before.
It's Lili Reinhart.
Stunning.
It's Lili Reinhart. This is me from the photo shoot. This is how my waist was photoshopped for Cosmo Philippines.
Hey, alien body.
We'll go back and forth really quick. Can we do that, or is that bad?
Yes.
So wider, thinner.
Yes.
God, you're so
good.
All right, so that's the first one, and then let's move on.
Camila.
There's Camila.
Camila Mendes.
And then next.
Is this before and after?
It is. It's thinner.
Yeah.
You notice?
Oh gosh, it looks creepy.
Right.
I wish they didn't. Yeah.
That's not. So I watched the show Face Off. Do you guys know the show Face Off on Sci-Fi? One of the major critiques they will have of a poorly done makeup will be that's not human anatomy. Like if you're trying, you have to go along with the jawline or something. You know, if you're gonna do something to the makeup, you really want to make sure that it at least seems like it's following basic human anatomy if it's a human character. And that would be my critique if this was on Face Off, which it wouldn't ever be, of these after photos. Like this isn't this. First of all, they don't need to be retouched like at all. I think, aren't we so? I would like to think that we're past that. And then second of all, if you are going to retouch, which we have established you shouldn't, but do a human anatomy. What's the rib cage doing? It's like you took off some ribs.
It's like they got 2 ribs removed on each side.
Yes, Jen.
I don't understand. And like these girls are stunning.
I know.
You know, without any Photoshop, and it's just how they do it, like how they make it all bendy. That's why they look like Gumby, because Gumby's a little bendy green guy. They look like Gumby.
I'm all for the Cosmo Photoshop. You can Photoshop.
Oh my God.
No.
That's honesty.
Yeah,
that's honesty. I get it.
Hey, look, Photoshop, give me some pad, boom. But I think these girls, I think this generation of actresses and young women are not here for this because they've been taught to value themselves more. Where you have stars like Mariah and J-Lo who have gone on record and say, yes, Photoshop me. You know, Mariah's 2014 album, Yeah, I Am Mariah, The Elusive Chanteuse, was heavily Photoshopped, and she was like, yes, because I'm not 30 anymore, you know?
Right.
So, but for them to actually say, to call out a major publication like Cosmo, and say, nope, it's not happening, it speaks volumes of the generation, millennials now, that they're okay with their bodies.
I love that.
Yeah, well, it's also cool because when they have their photo taken, it doesn't belong to them anymore. And so this article came out in Cosmo, and it was probably as much of a surprise to them as it was to the people, reading the magazine that they were photoshopped. So I think it was really important that they made it clear for their fan base, because both of them have been so body positive, and it's a huge part of their identities, that they would let their fans know, like, this was retouched, just so you know, I'm aware of it, but this is not something that I want to stand behind. So they could have not said anything, because the photos don't, belong to them. It's not, they didn't send in their own Instagram pics for like Cosmo to publish. And I think that was important, and it's a totally new wave movement. Like in the older days, you'd have to issue a statement from your publicist, and now they can just go on their Insta stories in like a hot minute and clarify it. It's really cool.
How about this though? There's an implication that the original Cosmo photo was totally natural. There's not. The face. No one's like, that photo of me in Cosmopolitan magazine, totally untouched.
Right.
It is the Philippines saying like, I will take this heavily airbrushed because there's just like no freckles, and I'm gonna make it even more. So like, I guess the point is, Philippines, you already had like a very doctored photo anyway. It is not necessary to, if you have them side by side, like the Lili Reinhart one, like this rib cage goes straight down in the normal one, and then it is like a 45-degree angle in. Otherwise, you're a model. You guys are both models.
Yeah.
We've heard your.
Have you ever had yourself retouched in a photo shoot in a way that surprised you?
I mean, luckily for me, because I am a plus size model, they want me to look exactly how I look. But I will say the one thing that people do retouch, which is really funny, is they will always retouch my calf muscles because they're like almost like too muscular. They'll make them look like Barbie legs and like really just like smooth and like no muscle.
Be like, hey,
which I think is so weird. Like I have a pretty athletic body, so I'm like, that's pretty lame that they would retouch my amazing calf muscles. But like,
I work on them.
Yeah, I'm like, dang.
I was gonna say, Daron and I met because of playing basketball for years together. So like that, so you worked really hard.
Yeah, no, that's the one thing that they Photoshop on me, which I'm like, okay, I mean, I guess it's good that they're not trying to take in my waist or like make my boobs smaller or bigger or something, but yeah, they'll Photoshop my legs to make them look like Barbie legs.
I'm super particular about my photos though. Like, I don't have a problem with photoshopping or retouching. Let's just call it the nice word. Phototouch sounds so aggressive. Retouching. Photoshop. But also in this age of social media and Facetune and Adobe Express and all these apps that stars are using, you kind of can't fault magazines for doing exactly what we're doing every day. We slap filters on. I mean, Daron, we too had a photo shoot this morning. I was like, filter, filter, filter. You know, so, but again, body positivity is awesome. This new generation knows what's up. And good for them to say, hey, don't mess with that. Meghan Trainor lost it because they photoshopped the hell out of her for her no video.
Yeah.
Right, it's weird because there's this dichotomy that we all feel. We don't want the pressure from like traditional media putting unattainable images before us for us to not be able to attain but try really hard, and then there's a bunch of body issues. But a lot of people also want to look good.
I think that's what it is. I think when you have an agency or like this big media conglomerate that's just like, yeah, you'd be better if it was like this. It feels so different. You internalize it differently than it's like, I don't have great skin. So when I take a photo and I like retouch my skin, that's me being like, I know this about myself. I'm working on it. It feels very different than if you were to have like a media. If I were in Cosmo and they just like took off all my freckles, they're like, honestly, it's all bad. Just like take it.
Just take it all away.
I don't think so. I think it's like being in a. It's like you ever have like my type of person that I date is terrible. I always end up with these terrible, terrible people, and you're like, next time I'm not gonna do it. But then you're like, damn, this person I'm dating, I'm in the same pattern again. That's what it is. It's like, I know that this entire cycle is terrible. It's making me have body issues. Cosmopolitan, you shouldn't do it. And it's wrong, and I'm gonna call it out. But I'll just do that Snapchat filter that evens everything out.
Love that.
Does it take like all of us to together just be like?
It will never happen. It will, as much as we want to say, as much as we're all like, oh my gosh, body positivity, and we want to look our best selves, it's going to take years for that to come to fruition because social media governs our self-esteem in 2018, unfortunately.
And
we should stop. I hate it.
It's not. That's real. That's honest. It's real.
I don't know. I like good pictures of me, but I don't. I usually, if it's not happening, I'll just not post it.
They better not Photoshop your ears though. They mess with your ears, Brett. I'm coming for them.
These are fake. These are big ears of the next big butt.
Prosthetic. Speaking of face-off, Brett is a very, very
Will
good
Smith would be
makeup
jealous.
artist. Yeah.
I am. I can hear literally everything.
You can hear tsunamis coming, dude.